Welcome back, everybody, to the Wisemen Say podcast powered by Yamo Media. It's Fisher alongside Jerald Lucas. Every day, I find myself contemplating on whether or not the weather is going to participate next Saturday. And as of right now, it's supposed to be 40-something and partly sunny. Now, is it going to change?
It's Ohio.
Yes. Yeah, it's Ohio.
But look who we're playing.
Correct. Although I will say I was hoping for rain because it is Atlanta.
It would only be right if it's light rain.
No, it's not going to. No, it wouldn't only be right if it's light rain because every time we play Atlanta, it's always a downpour.
So you want to push it back to 7 o'clock?
I'm not saying thunderstorms. I'm just saying let it rain. Let's bless the rains on opening night when we get our bling bling for being 2023 MLS Cup champions.
I cannot wait for that.
Jerald Lucas, my friend, how are you, man?
I'm doing here. I'm doing good. Doctor's appointment. Thank you all to everybody out there that wished me luck. And for speedy recovery and all that. Got the results. But man, I saw some interesting stuff at the doctor's office.
Yeah.
There was a picture of Crew Stadium, the original Crew Stadium.
Historic Crew Stadium.
Historic Crew Stadium before the concert pad was added.
Oh, yeah, with the bleachers all around.
Yeah, and you see the field in the back, and it's just like, I miss that.
I kind of liked it better without. I didn't go to any games before the stage was in there. But it looks so much better without the stage than it does.
It makes it look like a real soccer stadium.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you got a big concert stage right here. Like, I get why they did it.
Yeah.
But, man.
Inching day by day closer to Christmas. I'm excited. My mom is going to morning mimosas with Dr.
Really?
Pete. Yeah, so we're getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then heading out to LDC for morning mimosas at 6 a.m. I think it is.
So where you going? So you're going to come to the tailgate?
Fuck no.
Come on.
Fuck no. Because my mom doesn't want to go to tailgate either. I'm probably going to go back home and go to bed. So I gotta get some sleep in before. I'm going to get sleep anyway, but
I got the car out there. Bring a pillow and you.
Man. I don't even know why she wants to do this. I think it's her first one.
The game's at what, 2?
Game's at 2 o'clock, yeah. But I want to get some sleep in. Also want Boston's beforehand, so probably gonna. No, she's probably want to go home and go back to sleep, get some sleep before the game. So.
Oh, she's going.
Yeah. She got she got Christmas Day off.
Let's go.
Other than that, Crew's still down in Santa Barbara, California for a preseason. We had a chance to talk to, who was it? Oh, Jason, Taha, and Nancy. Honestly, it seems like it's going good so far down there and for them.
I'm going to say here, and I could tell you, I don't know which episode it was last season, but I said Jordan Knight was going to be getting, called up to the first team.
He hasn't signed yet.
He hasn't signed.
But he's he's training with them.
And Nancy likes him.
Yeah.
And I said that from what, being in Crew 2, he was the next one that was going to get called up.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of of course we knew Taha and Cole and hopefully Owen. Owen,
I think Owen was with the UPSL team.
Yes. And he was everywhere. He was everywhere creating chances. There was one point he was almost on a fast break and got fouled.
Really?
Literally. But
is this the third place match?
No, this was St. Louis.
Oh, the
2-1.
Okay.
Man,
the semifinal.
He was everywhere. But then they brought in some ones that I said, to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
Saad. I forget his first name, but
Okay.
he's a big boy, but he's a forward and can move. I saw him down there at the GA Cup. Him and Taha were just lights out. Chase Adams, Christian Ramirez's pet project, which I wanted to ask. Hopefully, we get to talk to Christian soon, because I wanted to ask about that. What was it like having Chase out there with him on the first team? You know what I'm saying? Training with the first team, and with him, getting his coaching license, and him having to do this project and taking Chase under his wing.
Yeah.
How was it for both of them? At least for him, having him out there and opening his eyes to the first team. But man, congratulations, getting that call up there. Jordan Knight, Stas. I really think Stas is going to be coming up.
Stas Lapkus.
I think he's going to be on the bench there with Evan Bush and of course, Schulte. But I think Hagan gets the start for Crew 2 as the starting keeper. Well, we don't even know who the head coach is yet for Crew 2, so
don't even know who the head coach is yet, but yet the kids have been released and the schedule's been released.
Yeah.
What the hell's happening?
Nazi coming down doing double duty?
Nah, I don't see it. Josh Williams, possibly?
I mean,
interesante.
See,
I'd be happy for him if he.
I would. I just know, he just had a kid. So
Josh?
Was it Josh? Not recently, but he has young kids.
Josh Williams has kids?
Somebody told me he had kids. So whoever, I forget.
I don't remember that.
I forget who told me who Josh had kids.
All
Somebody,
right. Well,
somebody said he had kids, so I just was rolling with it. So,
have to ask him.
Yeah.
You got kids, dude? The hell, bro?
But I mean, he's just, maybe he wants to take a year off.
Yeah, I can see that.
We don't know. Like I said, we don't know who it's going to be.
Yeah.
But somebody that can mesh with Nazi. Because Nazi's not going anywhere.
No.
It's just like he's just like Cucho. If you want him, you're paying double-digit M's.
There would have to be a massive downfall of the club. Like, we'd have to go, full-on Toronto this year and next year for Nazi to be out of the club. And I don't see that happening.
Or even getting, somebody coming trying to poach him. If you want Nazi, it's double-digit M's. You want Cucho?
Double-digit.
Damn sure it's double.
Nazi or Bez is not accepting anything less than, I'd say,
20.
I'd probably go between 15 and 20, because I'd probably say low end to 15, because you're probably getting I'd probably go Cucho and if it's another MLS club, I go Cucho and an international roster slot or 2 first-round picks.
Look,
if it's a European club, yeah, 20 mil or higher for sure.
Yeah. But
20 mil.
But it has to be, we have to have a star in the wing. Just like with the whole
there has to be something already on the books.
Ready to go.
Ready to be, all right, as soon as we free at this spot, we putting pen to paper. Yeah.
Which I don't even know who you would get to.
I don't know either.
Somebody would, some star would come along.
Somebody, yeah. I don't even,
Mbappe.
Yeah, right. It had to be somebody within the realm of how Red Bulls got Emil Forsberg.
Yeah.
From Leipzig. Or is it Salzburg? It's one of the Red Bull teams. It's one of the Red Bull teams. I know that for sure.
Bawanga.
Yeah, no, man. To go from LAFC to Columbus, and it's hypothetically speaking, if Bawanga ended up in Columbus and Cucho was gone, and Bawanga ended up Columbus, to go back to LA and play your former team, that's freaking
mental.
That's absolutely stupid. My Lord, that's like KD going to that's like KD, Kevin. That's like Kevin Durant going from the Oklahoma City Thunder to Golden State, and then Golden State going playing against Oklahoma City, and that's like
for the
that.
championship.
Yeah,
But
for the Western Conference. Yeah, that's absolutely stupid.
yeah, but I mean, I think Nazi would mesh though with Bawanga.
Probably, I can see
One
it.
because they're both French, right?
I wouldn't say like full French, but like
You get what the gist.
like because ironically enough, I don't know if you caught this little nugget. Nazi's mom is from Cape Verde.
Yes.
So the birth country of his mom.
Yep.
So I France, yeah, because I think there is like I don't want to be wrong. I think it's like it's like considered French territory
Yes.
or something like that.
Yes.
So it's the like French is the like the native language.
Yeah, but
and whatnot.
Nazi also did play some, in France.
Yeah, for sure.
So you got Bawanga who played in France.
Yep.
So I think
The Gabon International.
I think the systems of the French leagues is what makes Nancy so unique.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You could watch some of the French teams. PSG, I think, runs a 3-back.
Yeah, they do.
So Nancy brings that 3-back system from France over to Canada, who just so happens to be, main language is French. So he fits right on in there, right? Brings that system over there to Montreal's academy, right? And their academy starts flourishing. Guess what? Hey, we're bringing you up to an assistant. Oh, by the way, you're now the head coach.
Taking over for Thierry Henry.
Yeah.
That's mental, actually.
It really is, but, I did catch the CBS Sports thing when they had him on after Nazi won it. And the two going back.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. After MLS Cup.
Yeah, but
I do remember that.
His system has shown that the greats in France that it works.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, there was an article, somebody was doing a preview of the Eastern Conference or doing preview of all the teams. And, when they got to Columbus, I actually screenshot or saved it. And I think somebody touched on it. Did I save it? But it talks about what crew, the crew need or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it just was one of those where it's I got it right here. Columbus crew, reason to worry. Everyone knows what to expect.
Yes.
There's too much film on Columbus floating around. Yeah, my fault.
You're good.
For any team to be surprised when they face the crew's controlled, possession-heavy approach. Whatever advantage Columbus may have received from the element of surprise last year has evaporated. Now the reigning champs will get everyone's, every other team's best, right? So
I'm going to cut this out. Did I record on that camera?
Yes.
On that one?
I think so. Yeah.
I did.
Because you were looking.
I did. Never mind. I'm going to leave that in. That's a blooper.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's, which they're right, nobody knew how to handle his system.
Yeah.
Right. So
I think here's what I think really quick. I think they knew how to handle it because of his time in Montreal, but they didn't know how to handle the players that he had. Right? You look at Montreal.
Yep.
Right? You have skillful players,
but you don't have crew players.
But you also don't have the technical players that Nancy made Columbus, which is how we ended up winning the league. Right? You also, I think, with Nancy it's a whole new sense of wonder.
Yep.
Because under Porter, as I've said before, we ran the same formation multiple times with the same lineup, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was the same thing over and over again. We would be winning, then we'd lose. We would be winning, then we'd blow a lead and tie, right? With Nancy, yeah, he may have rolled out the same lineup, but as he mentioned in his media availability on Monday, it's all about the profile of the opposition,
Yes.
right? That he takes into consideration. I don't think Porter took the profile of the opposition into consideration.
Which I think he might have, now that he's back coaching.
Yeah.
But, as far as Columbus goes, yes, you're right. It was same lineup, no changes. No formation changes, running out the same subs,
Yeah.
right? Which I don't mind bringing out the same subs. But if you're not going to change the formation tactically, your technical work is going to result in the same results.
Yeah.
And it's the true definition of insanity. Doing, the same thing over and over, expecting different results.
Right.
I mean, we're thankful he was here. We got a cup in 2020. Right?
Yeah.
But I just think that, Nancy gets it better.
Yeah.
And, you did touch on it during his availability. He talked about, having some of the different formations. So, I mean, he can run, a 3-2-4-1, right? But it's all how it's lined up on the field. Is it going to be saturated to one side? And then when, this side comes to bring up, does the middle drop back? You know what I'm saying? You don't know, you know what I'm saying? And it, like I told him, it's his point of view. He talked about, how the game goes, and it's like going to a party.
Yeah.
I
love that he laughed at that.
he remembers saying that.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's just one of those where you could be having a great time, drunk as hell, going around, singing all types of songs, acting like Taylor Swift's boyfriend in the club, or Jason Kelce, whatever
Travis Kelce.
Yeah, Travis Kelce.
Jason's the brother.
No, Jason was the one in the club with the luchador mask on.
Yeah.
And he was also
KC overalls.
Yeah, and he was also the one that jumped out of the Buffalo press sweep box. In the cold,
in the snow and cold,
taking his shirt off. So that's your point of view, right? But me, I'm ready to go. I don't feel comfortable.
I'm off in the corner sipping my solo red cup, just being an introvert.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just one of those, and if he sees something that he doesn't like, you see him with that whiteboard.
Yeah.
And he's talking with Kwame. He's talking with Jules.
Johan.
Right? And, Johan. You know what I'm saying? So he's talking with all the coaches. He's talking with, hey, is this person, going to be, physically, able to, if I switch this, with the strength and conditioning coach right there. He's talking with everybody, making sure everybody's fit. So if I do switch this and say, push the pace, can this, is this player too tired? What are you seeing as the strength coach, the condition coach?
Right.
What are you seeing? Okay, well, then I need to switch, So that's what I love about him. And he talked about how everybody came back fit.
Yeah.
Except for the new ones that we brought in. So, and then he also did say, the three with the national team was a little bit out of fit.
Yeah.
But,
sense.
They got back up to speed, quickly. But, man, 10 days.
Can I also bring up, it's something that I've been asking about during the media availabilities because I wanted to write a story on it. It's the player pathway.
Bring it.
Of how successful it is, right? Look at homegrown players in the crew right now. Keegan Hughes. You have Sean Zawatsky. You have Aiden Morris. You now have Taha. I can't remember. Is it Habrun?
Habrun, yeah.
Habrun. Taha Habrun. You also, I can't remember any homegrowns in the past, but the player pathway is successful in Columbus, right? And one thing that I wrote about is to go from the academy to Crew 2 to the first team, you're going to see, success not only within the player itself, but within the organization. For example, in the first paragraph that I wrote, you look at the Crew Academy, making it to the UPSL Nationals out in California. Crew 2, back-to-back MLS Next Pro Cup final appearances, right? Yep. Crew, first team, MLS Cup, right? The player pathway is the player pathway that the Columbus Crew is setting is the foundation of how it should be, right? With Nancy bringing up, Jason Russell Rowe, Mo Farsi, and now Taha, right? The foundation that the Columbus Crew is setting is something that every MLS team should look at when utilizing their academies. This is why I asked Nancy, he was like, just how important is this player pathway? And he said, it's why I'm here, right? If I remember correctly, it's very important. And he said the academy or the player pathway is very important because he now has something else to teach players instead of just to compete, right? The way that Columbus has utilized their player pathway is second to none. Because now we've had Sean Zawaski, Aiden Morris be called up to the national team who have gone through the ranks of academy, Crew 2, first team. We've had Taha, who's been academy since day one, since signing in 2019. He signed with the academy. Crew 2 made his first team debut against Pittsburgh in the Open Cup, and now signing a homegrown contract.
He also the U19s or U17s.
Yeah,
national team.
Generation Adidas tournament MVP.
Yeah, he had I think his day or when he was with the national team, he like 3 goals, 3 goals. You know what I'm saying? In their friendlies that they had, or whatever tournament. But you hit the nail. The player pathway here in Columbus is second to none. It's actually top 5 in the country.
Who's the 4? Who's the other 4?
Philly is. They did say Philly is 1, not number 1. It's gonna come to me. But Columbus is in the top 5.
Should be in the top 3.
Red Bulls.
Red Bull Academy sucks ass.
They said that. Hey, that's what I'm looking at. Everything else, and I'm looking at all the results. Right. Yeah. Atlanta United, their academy is in there.
Wow, Caleb Wiley. Whoa.
Yeah, one and so yeah. But if you go back 3 years, we didn't have Next Pro.
Yeah.
Didn't have it. So as you were with the academy, you were either going to stay with the academy until the first team needs you, or somebody comes along and scouts you and say, hey, we want him, or you were going back to school.
USL team.
Yeah.
NPSL.
But now, having Next Pro, right, it gives the ones that are like 19, 20 years old in the academy, it gives them a chance to, you're going to be on the UPSL team, or if Crew 2 likes you enough, they're going to bring you up here to Crew 2.
You're going to sign your
you're going to start playing up against actual players that are your age or older, right? You're not going to go up against, 20-year-olds and 17-year-olds. maybe a couple 14 or 15-year-olds. So now having that extra step gives you that exposure to the first team, right? So, it's just huge. Last week's media availability, I asked Nancy, how does he feel that his system is getting nationally noticed and talked about nationally with the academy and with Crew 2 on the UPSL broadcast, right? They were talking about, like, you see this Crew Academy here running the same system as the first team with Coach Nancy, that everything went downhill, that you got first team, Crew 2, and Academy running the same system. I asked him how he feels about that you could take anybody, any player from those Crew 2 and the Academy, and plug it in to hit, to the first team, and there's not really going to be a hitch.
Do we have that clip?
Yes, it's on the. I do have it. I can.
Let's
get
just
it.
just take a listen to what he had to say about this.
Yeah.
Friday night, the Crew Academy had their UPSL game against St. Louis, and on the broadcast, they were talking about your system coming down on all three teams.
Mm-hmm.
As a coach, how does that make you feel that on all three levels that you can plug and play any player into your system?
With a lot of humility, I came here for that because it was the part of the project also. As you know, I have a background. I'm talking like a student now. The academy, and the vision of the club is to have alignment, and coherence. So the idea is to help the club with my staff and all the coaches and the front office to have the same language, I would say. But in different language, we have I don't know if my English is going to be good. We have dialects.
Yep.
So this is the idea. So the big picture is language, and after that, dialects is what they can do within each team to use the same language, but with nuances. And because I'm going to give you an example. This is not because for the moment we play with a back three that I expect that all the teams are going to play with a back three. No, for me, I don't believe on that. I believe more on the concept with the ball and without the ball. So I'm pleased with that. We are going to the right direction. And also, we buy time. Because the idea is to develop players, is to be contender, yes, but it's also to develop players and also to sell them in the future. So what tool that we have to use to help those players to get better? So this is all about this structure, yes.
So I mean, and he was like, I'm very humble. And you heard it there, he's like, I'm humbled.
Mm-hmm.
So I even asked Aiden about it.
Yeah.
And Aiden was like, you said it best right there, that you could plug and play anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And there's not really a drop off, really.
I will say the one thing that cracked me up when we talked to Aiden, he was like, "Can we see their faces?" Because I was in like, dang, my hair's a mess. I was like, I gotta put a hat on.
Yeah.
Aiden cracked me up with that. That's so funny. But no, I mean, it's to be uniform throughout from top to bottom
Is remarkable.
Is what makes a club successful, right? You know what also makes a club successful? Great jerseys.
We'll touch on that in a little bit.
That's crazy.
But I wanted to also say, too, speaking with Nancy about, we talked about a player pathway, Jason, right?
Yeah.
We touched it, because I asked him about, Jason wanted to get better at his composure, with and without the ball, and, by the goal, not by the goal, and, how Nancy feels his progression is, right? And he flat out came out and said, Jason had, 2 goals
Yeah,
The first one was, that was Jason.
that was a Jason.
That was a Jason goal.
Yeah,
Outside of the 18, dribble, left foot, had the keeper going the other way, thinking, but that's Jason. We saw those in 2022.
yep.
You know what I'm saying? And he didn't even, hit it that hard. He just left foot and, you know what I'm saying? So you could tell Jason's getting back to how he was with Crew 2, but he also talked about how that gave him more confidence, brought his confidence back,
Yeah,
being down there with Crew 2. So he came back fit, as Nazi said, but he came back with a bigger burning desire. He did, he had a nice off season. I'm pretty sure that he was out, with friends, still training. You know what I'm saying? So he came back with, you could see it in that scrimmage against Toronto. And for some reason, he loves going harder against Toronto, than any other club besides, FC Cincinnati. I don't know if it's because of when he was in their academy and the way that, I think it was Bob Bradley Bob Bradley was yelling at the, some of the youth and, treating them. And, maybe it's because of that. And, Columbus said, hey, yeah, we'll take you. Oh, you want how much? Give us the rights too. And now look at him, right? So I think it might be he took that as, being told, by Bob Bradley, like, you're not good enough, or, you'll never be, stuff like that, right? I can't say exactly if that was what was said to him, but
it's something along those lines.
Yeah, how he treated, the younger players.
Yeah.
So I think it was a slap in his face, and then every chance he gets to go up against Toronto, I'm going to put a show on. And he finally got to score against Toronto in a game.
Twice.
Well, no, that was a preseason, but I'm talking about in an actual game last year.
Did he score?
Yes.
I thought that was against Chicago.
No.
Or in Cincinnati.
Jason didn't score against Cincinnati.
He did.
Yes, he did.
He scored the
at
third
home.
one.
But no, I think he got a score against Toronto when they came here.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at box scores.
But
Moving on, kits released, or at least some got released officially. We'll say officially released today. Besides all the leaks that happened prior, but some kits got released today. The ones that were scheduled to be released today. And that was Philly. That was who else was it? It was Philly. Here we go. It was Charlotte, New England, Red Bulls, Philly, Portland, Kansas City. All had their kits released today. Charlotte's I like.
I do for the mountains.
Yeah. So actually, you know what? In editing, I'm going to put the pictures up here. So somewhere right here or here, wherever. Actually, we'll put it right about here. I think we'll put it right about here.
Yeah.
Is the kits. Charlotte's I like a lot. I like how it goes, like the white, then light blue, then the blue.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. And I think it gives like a little bit of
what it was for?
Yeah, no. I thought it said it in the email that I got from the league, but it doesn't.
How you get on that and I didn't?
What?
I ain't got nothing from the league.
I'm part of the communications email for the league.
How you get on that?
Somebody did it for me.
Probably Carlos.
No, this was way before. New England's got released today also. The Boston Tea Party.
Yes, I love it.
I like it. I like it. It's pretty decent. You know what we'll do when all the kits are released, we'll make a tier ranking. We'll do part of a segment when on the
T
show.
ranking?
Shut up. On a tier ranking of
Okay.
the kits. The Red Bulls. I like it. With the black
Yes.
going down the lines. My favorite out of today is the Philadelphia Unions.
I like the Red Bull one, honestly.
We haven't even gotten. Hang on, we got like 2 more to talk about. I personally like the Philly ones.
I mean, it went back original.
Yeah, it did, but also like with the what in the design on it.
Yeah.
The trusses for the Commodore Barry Bridge, which by the way is probably the best sight to see in person at an MLS stadium. To be honest, I love the Commodore Barry Bridge.
Thomas the tugboat.
Oh my God, me talked about it. The Portland Timbers.
That actually, I think, has to be one of my favorites too.
Yeah,
'Cause
I do like that.
I just love the whole scene of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You're the Timbers. You got woods now instead of looking like a damn Christmas pajamas last year.
Really?
I hated that.
Really?
Yes.
I like that one
It
last
looked
year.
like the matching pajamas from back in the 90s that your mom and dad, some of the white people might know too, that they get the flannel, all green, pajamas for Christmas. I hate it. It was ugly. It looked like a Christmas quilt.
Yeah. I liked it.
Yeah.
Last but not least, KC.
I haven't seen theirs.
I think they went back to the the Argyle pattern. For theirs. Yeah, they went back to like this Argyle pattern. So
Okay, so that's the one. So I haven't seen Montreal's yet then. It had me thinking that was Montreal at first.
oh no. So actually, speaking of Montreal, tomorrow, kits that are set to be released: Austin FC, CF Montreal, Chicago, DC United, FC Dallas, Houston Dynamo, NYCFC, Orlando City, Real Salt Lake, Seattle Sounders, Toronto FC. We've seen, or I have at least, seen a leak of the Seattle kit.
You have to show me.
That's crazy. You haven't seen that?
No.
Oh my God. I've seen a leak of the Seattle kit. And I actually think it's nice. I think it's nice.
I'm
think
anxious
it's
to see what the barcode one is going to look like. Austin,
Oh, okay.
if they're going to look like the barcodes again,
Probably not.
because that was just hideous.
Friday, Colorado, Columbus, FC Cincinnati, LA Galaxy, Minnesota, St. Louis City, Vancouver Whitecaps, all set to release their kits on Friday. And then Saturday rounds out the last 4 teams in the league. Atlanta United, LAFC, Nashville SC, San Jose Earthquakes.
I like Atlanta United, so I've seen that league.
Have you seen the league of it?
Yes.
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh my God.
I haven't seen that yet.
Yes. It has like the hawk. Matter of fact,
I was like, don't spill it out now.
man.
Show me after. Show me after. But our kit got leaked. Our kit got leaked today.
I know Ty up there fuming like,
I
who the
bet
hell
Ty
leaked
is
it?
pissed. Ty, if you listen to our show and you're watching this, I'm going to buy you like aged well bourbon because you, my friend, are going through it. I bet right now with that leak. Jesus
Man.
Christ.
I
Okay. To be fair, I think I'd have to see it on a player, right?
yeah.
It's just like when the Velocity kits got leaked by Room last year, right? You have to like you see it, but it's like I have to see it on somebody to
Yeah.
really see it. Now, what I will love right, is if, by the way, if you haven't seen the Crew jersey leak yet, picture is here somewhere. It's probably going to be smack dab right over the thing. Okay. So if the socks have that same pattern,
That would,
that would be amazing.
yes.
Now, what's even going to be better, and I saw this and I tweeted it also, is if we score a goal against
Atlanta United.
yeah, thank you, Jesus Christ, against Atlanta, and they start doing like the Peanuts dances and whatnot. If every single player does a character in that dance, in that little scene, does a dance in that scene,
I would love for them as
I'm
they're
here for
walking. I would love as they're walking out for the beginning of the game to have the Peanuts theme song.
oh my God, that'd be
That would be-
hilarious.
I mean, but tell me, you know, if when they're wearing those kits, right? If as the both teams are walking out to get the game ball and to go out there before, you know, for the national anthem and all that, if as the team is coming out and they're doing the Peanuts theme song, I would be dying.
So you're gonna get rid of Wiseman?
No, but yeah, nah.
Got him.
They could start Wiseman as they're coming out, you know, out to the actual field part. So as they're leaving the locker room, right,
Okay.
the Peanuts theme songs come on, and then it goes into Wiseman say.
Then the game's gonna get pushed back even further.
You have a problem?
Fair. But Crew 2
Yes.
had a signing today. As always, this is Gerald's favorite. This is his bread and butter.
Yes, I love the Cappies.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the first Cappy's Corner of the new season,
Yeah.
I guess. So, take it away.
So, you got two former Crew 2 players signing with USL teams. Coleman Gannon out there with the Las Vegas Lights, and Jacob Erlinson signing with Loudoun FC. So that's, you know, huge for them. You know, they're continuing their soccer journey. But today, Crew 2 signed defender Jacob Green, who was with DC United last year and also played for Loudoun County FC. So we did actually get a chance to see him when we played against them in the Open Cup.
I mean, Loudoun United.
Mm,
I think it's United.
well, it's somebody, but
It's
it's
Loudoun United, I think. The same team that Jake Morris played for, right?
I think. Man, I gotta go back and look at the. There's too many. There's I think it's Loudoun United and then Loudoun. So this is Loudoun County FC, USL Championship side.
It's definitely United.
So Corey Ray did say, you know, Jacob is a player with great experience, professionalism, and versatility. That he's excited that we have him here in Columbus. Goes on to say, you know, his experience at MLS and USL will be a valuable asset for Crew 2. They're eager to work with him and, you know, help develop his skill set and style of play, you know, within the black and gold player pathway. I'm just going to say that again, player pathway. But he had signed a homegrown contract with DC United in 2020, becoming their 15th, you know, homegrown. He debuted in MLS in 2022 in a 3-0 win over Flower City Union in the Open Cup. He appeared in 11 MLS matches where he had 480 total minutes and scored his first goal in the 95th minute for DC in a 3-0 win against Charlotte FC. So, I mean, he has he has the experience.
Mm-hmm.
And he's a defender, so something, Crew 2 plays with a 3-back. Something that, that was one of the areas that was a little lacking last year for Crew 2. But hey, welcome to the Cappies.
We haven't been much news happening else around the league, I guess. I mean, transfers here and there, but I mean, I think everybody's just winding up preseason.
Pretty much. I did see something funny on Twitter, and I want to ask a Crew 2 player this.
Okay.
It's about Laurent. He was seen teaching UFC, MMA.
I want to say he did that. I don't know why.
He looked like a natural.
I don't know why, but I want to say he did do that same thing with Crew 2. I don't know why. It's just something.
But I want to know if it was true. If this is how on some of the training days, right? Did he do this?
Mm-hmm.
Because if he did, that's one hell of a coaching tactic.
Oh yeah.
We're not going to do nothing, nothing too big, but we're going to practice doing some MMA.
It builds character.
It builds discipline.
It does. It does.
But, I can't wait to see him, honestly. If any team, outside of Columbus, I really can't wait to see how Montreal, just look at everything they've done. They brought in some players. They brought in Joseph Martinez. Come on now. If he's not up there cooking on the barbecue, But other than that, I mean, there really hasn't been nothing really, other than the MLS and the USSF is still trying to find, figure out something about the Open Cup. That's still ongoing. I did see something. Is it Alex Morgan for the U.S. Women's National? She's not on the roster.
Oh, the CONCACAF.
Yeah.
Women's Gold Cup.
Yeah, she's not on there. Which I feel like, you might want to have her on there. So I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Like, why'd she get a snub? Because, I mean, she's still one of the best women's players.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you snubbing her,
New York City, LA Galaxy played to a 2-2 draw today.
Miguel Berry, I think, actually scored.
I know, what happened? I saw something else. Oh! Miami.
Oh, yes, this is a big. I mean, they want to go out and get all these players, right? So
It was bound to happen some point in time. They're going to have to.
Bez, please contact DeAndre Yedlin.
No, fuck no. Why do we need him?
Mm-hmm. I just saw a whole bunch of people saying that he would fit well up here.
Yeah, okay, sure. Let's off Steven Moreira.
Yeah, no.
Come on, people. What the hell? No.
Speaking of him,
I don't want
he's
to
back.
Yeah, I saw.
Loved it. You just see the reaction.
Was it yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah, yesterday.
You saw the pictures of him, I forget who he hugged, but you just see that bromance smile.
Yeah. Darlington.
Yeah. Like, oh my God, thank God you're back.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, it's just, the regular season's starting to come upon us.
So if you were another team outside of Columbus, right? With the list of players that are open for Inter Miami, who would you put on your list as a top one to think about going after?
Robert Taylor.
Robbie Taylor?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who? With who?
You have Mota on there. You had Gregory, Robbie Taylor, Yedlin.
I'm going to go Robbie Taylor to New York City.
Ooh. Red Bulls or FC?
New York City.
Okay.
Come on, Gerald.
Hey,
New York City.
I mean, one plays in New Jersey.
Exactly. Exactly. One plays in Jersey, New York City, NYCFC. I don't know. I think he could do well in New York City. I think with his caliber, I think it fits a New York City
Style play.
Yeah, I think so. Yedlin, I think I could possibly see.
Atlanta.
I was going to say Atlanta, or go back to Seattle.
Possible.
Back in Seattle, I think. The other ones I'm not too sure of, honestly. But I think Robbie Taylor to New York City and DeAndre Yedlin back to Seattle
That would help
or
him.
with Atlanta.
So one other player out there that's not on the team yet so far, Justin Merrim. Do you go get him?
Not Columbus. Where's he fit?
Even if it's just for a one-day contract to retire? If he
Justin
just,
Merrim's not retiring anytime soon. He's still got some left in the tank. I think if you're
Charlotte
a player,
didn't feel like it.
huh?
Charlotte didn't feel like it.
I also think his contract was up.
Well, I mean, besides that, but if you look at the last few games of Charlotte, Justin Merrim was coming off of the bench and coming in late.
Charlotte also went and got players during the middle of the season, right?
I don't think they went and got
They
in.
did. They got like one or two, but I think Justin Merrim.
Does he go back to Real?
No. I think it's another West Coast team. I'd say
San Jose?
no. I'm probably going to go either Portland or Vancouver. I'm probably going to go one of those two. I don't know why. I think Merrim will do well under Phil Neville in Portland.
Okay.
I also think Justin Merrim has the capability to absolutely do great under Vanni Sartini in Vancouver.
Oof.
I don't know why. It's just
Style play?
it's style of play
And the style
it's-
of the player.
Yes, that's what it is.
So
That's what I think.
at the end of the day at the end of his career, when he decides to hang up the boots, right? If you're the front office for Columbus, do you go and get him and sign him to a one-day contract to retire here? Everything that he's done and meant for the city, and wasn't he on? No, he never won a. Did he win a cup?
He's never won a cup with Columbus.
Never won a cup, but everything that he's done and for the city of Columbus and how long he was here. Do you go have him retire Columbus?
Yes and no.
Fair point.
Yes and no. I say yes because he did 2 stints with the club.
I wish he would have got a cup.
He's done a lot for the organization. He's done a lot for the community. He's a great guy overall.
Mm-hmm.
Very humble, genuine guy. Love the guy to pieces. I think here's why I may get a little bit of flack for this, right? I don't think that his Columbus status would match Higuain's status with Columbus. You know what I mean? Because Higuain signed a one-day contract and retired as a Columbus Crew player.
Yeah.
But you also, let's look at what all Higuain has done during his time in Columbus. Compared to Justin, I don't think they kind of level each other out. Now, I could be absolutely wrong, and I've been wrong before, and I like being wrong about it. Because I would actually love to see Justin Marin put on a black and gold again. But I don't think he would get playing time.
And he's a forward, correct?
Midfielder, forward. We'll just put him under the attacker's position. I would say no. Well, that was my no, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yes and no. But then again, I also think it'd also be up to the front office. I'm not the front office. What do I know? I'm just a journalist who does a podcast.
Yeah. I would love to see Crew go get him. Third stint, right? And even if he's with all the tournaments that we're set to play, right? Having that veteran experience is huge for some of these tournaments, especially CONCACAF, right? And, the Open Cup. Yeah, the Open Cup.
Yeah.
Campeones Cup, which
Even though that's a one-off.
it's a one-off, but, it's still, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Leagues Cup.
Yep.
So, it's having a veteran presence like that. If you honestly look at it, Darlington's the oldest one outside of Evan Bush that we have on the team. And I'm damn near older than everybody on the team except for Evan Bush by 1 year. But the fact that if you were to have Justin on there, right, maybe he gets 5 minutes, right? Maybe he gets anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes a game, right? Or maybe he doesn't dress for this game, but he dresses for this. You know what I'm saying? Just to have his veteran knowledge around these younger guys, I think would be beneficial, right? And especially like some of the Crew Academy, Crew 2 players, when it comes to what the city means, what the club means to the city.
Yeah.
Right? We talked with Marco, a few weeks ago about, the Austin game.
Yep.
And the fact that you had Dante and you had Miss Donna, talking to the team like, this is what the club means to the city, right? Miriam's been here. He knows what the city, you know what I'm saying? So when you put that kit on, when you put that jersey on and you have that crest, above your heart, you're not just putting it on to play soccer. You're putting on for the city.
Yeah.
And a lot of players lose sight of what that crest actually means. It could be the most hideous crest in the world, right? Which some fans, Crew fans think it is anyways.
That crest is great. We're not going to get rid of it. Shut up.
Yeah. The only way you get rid of it is if you have bring back the original one and you put the 3 stars on the helmet.
The only way you get rid of it is relocation. Yes, I went there. What are you going to do? Sue me?
No, but I think players forget about what the city means to the club.
Yeah.
And for Justin, he had that video, what was it, on TikTok, where he's walking down High Street. Like, yeah, hey, I lived here, twice. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And just showing, Goodell Park and showing like, hey, we used to come here. We used to go, you know what I'm saying? So he knows what the city's about.
Yeah.
And I really think his veteran knowledge and experience would be huge, especially this season, to have you know what I'm saying, out there, even in practices, just having it there, it's huge.
Yellow card, red card?
I honestly don't have one today.
I don't either.
This is shocking.
I know, right?
Season hasn't started.
Give it time. Give it time.
I
Oh, wait. I actually might have a yellow card.
might have a yellow.
Yeah, I might have a yellow card. And that's
Having to work at night.
no. I don't work at night. Fuck that. And that's a combination of Southwest Hotels and booking.com.
Oh Lord.
I'm trying to book my hotel for Vegas. Okay? Go on Southwest has a partnership with booking.com. I go on Southwest and go to the hotel tab, type in Las Vegas, I type in my dates. Gives me a price of $833 for a hotel I'm staying at. I'm staying in Vegas for a whole week. 7 nights, $833,
Can't beat
whatever. Nah, great rate, great price. Go to compare. Now let's go straight to booking.com. Go to booking.com, do the same thing. Las Vegas, type in the days that I'm there. It's close to 1,100. I said, all right, cool. I'm going to, go back to Southwest. All right, this is what I'm going to do. Go back to Southwest Hotels. Type it in again. Now it's giving me a price of $1,100. The same price on booking.com. I said, how in the hell in 2 minutes did this price just go up almost $200? Almost $300. I'm like, what the hell? So I end up closing out every single tab, reopening, going back to Southwest, going back to the hotels, doing the same exact thing, $833. Why is that a yellow card? Because you're playing with my emotions, first of all.
Playing with somebody's wallet.
Yeah, bro. Fucking hell. That's why it's a yellow card. I say it's yellow because I don't like it because I'm trying to get this out of the way right now. But, like, I can understand. I wouldn't say the price, but I can understand. Man, I'm burping like crazy. But I can understand, like keep me on my toes or something like that. Golly, man.
So I do have a yellow.
Here we go.
And I know I'm probably going to catch hell for it. And I'm here for all the smoke.
Fast car, want all the smoke.
So I'm pretty sure you might have seen in Twitter.
I mean, I'm on Twitter every single day.
That somebody challenged the Nordeca elections.
Yes, I did.
Now the Crew supporters have become the laughing stock now for people. Namely, Gary the Lion.
Okay, I'm going to catch a lot of flack for this. Do you really blame the Nordeca? Do you really blame the Nordeca?
No.
Okay, then.
There's
your answer.
I know. The fact that I know the person that, put it out there to let, say, hey, this is what's going on, right? I know it's his job to, as part of the Nordeca board to, announce it. Mm-hmm. So the ones that don't have the Slack channel or, you know what I'm saying, don't read their emails.
Which is crazy because I'm in that Slack channel. I just don't talk.
Ones that don't read their emails or, saying like stuff like that, right? Twitter, everybody will see it.
Yes.
It sucks that it came down to this right before Christmas. That somebody did this, right? It's taking away from Christmas and the championship banner and the championship rings that the team's getting.
Yeah.
Right? It's taken away from that we're now being treated like, January 6th of 2021.
Whoa, that's a massive.
That's a lot of. You're seeing
that's a comparison.
But you're seeing memes like it. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing the Capitol, right? And has people with crew jerseys on.
God
Stop the steal. You know what I'm saying? Or you have somebody Photoshop, somebody from that day inside of the Capitol building with a crew jersey on.
Oh, you
Like,
went there. Holy shit.
Like, come on now.
Holy fuck.
Like,
you went there.
I get everybody's frustrated that somebody challenged the election, right?
Yeah.
I get the frustration. Like, why? Why you want to be that fucking asshole right before the season starts to do this?
Mm-hmm.
Like, had you wanted to challenge the vote, do it when they had the votes. And the votes came out, hey, this is what happened.
Yeah.
These are the results. Say I contested the same day or the next day. Why wait 3-4 weeks right before the season to say, hey, I'm challenging the election now? Like, what kind of horse shit are you on?
Gerald said, "Oh, I want all the smoke today."
I do, and if whoever it is, I honestly feel like they need kicked out of the Nordeca because you opened up a can of worms that you'll never be able to close.
Man, Gerald want all the smoke today.
I do. So I mean, if I lose some followers or if I get told I'm not allowed in the tailgate, fuck off. I don't care.
Can always get there at about 5:30 like me and go up to the press box.
Exactly.
And
So I mean,
sit down and just automatically get some food.
if I have to start doing that, I don't care anymore. But you're taking away from a team that I love the importance and the specialness of what the hell just happened, a couple months ago, right? Hey, we had some earth shakes. You know what I'm saying? December we won the cup.
Mm-hmm.
Now you want to start this bullshit right before the season starts, and we're getting, a new championship banner at lower.com, championship rings. The stadium is now, 4 years old? 3.5 years old? Come July, it'll be 4 years.
Be 3. It opened in 21.
Okay, so
22, 23. So 3.5.
it'll be 3.5 in July, right? We could have let Precourt do what the fuck he wanted to do. Then we wouldn't.
Actually, 21 to 22 is 1. 22 to 23 is 2. 23 is 3. 3 years old.
If the Save the Crew movement didn't succeed or didn't even organize, we wouldn't be having this podcast right now.
Mm-hmm.
So as a fan, why the fuck do you want to do this shit? So I get it. And from what I saw in there, that because of the voter turnout was why they contested it.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe some people just didn't want to vote. You ever think about that? But not knocking on the person that had to put there, because he's a really cool guy, and I fuck with him, go out to the tailgate. I'm always, over there fucking with him. And,
Yeah.
Not knocking him. It's his job. But I'm getting at the asshole that wanted to open up this can of worms that nobody will be able to close ever again.
Mm-hmm.
You got people using January 6th memes for crew fans.
Let me guess, it's Cincinnati people.
No.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
Yes.
See, this is, I'm not knocking you. This is where me and you were different. You still have the fan in you, right?
Yeah.
I have the fan in me, but I support the crew differently. I don't associate. Let me preface this. I know people on the board. I know people who sit in the Nordeca, right? I don't go down that rabbit hole of being a diehard fan. I don't because I've dealt with a lot of toxic shit,
Yeah.
and that is just that whole thing will take away my fandom.
Which
It kind of does, because it's like nobody hates us like we hate us type thing.
yeah. So I mean,
But I'm just like, y'all do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Which-
I'm going to be over here in my comfy little press box. Just
which I'm not that fanatic, right? But for what I'm getting at is though it puts a mark on Crew fans in general to have other teams and even to have your rival, right, get in.
that was fun. That was funny as shit.
I can't knock it, right?
That was funny as shit.
I can't knock it because it is funny.
That was absolutely hilarious.
But when you got people just now looking at us like y'all really want to put this stuff out on Twitter like that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, who does this, right? It's one of those, who does this shit,
Yeah.
right? So it's not that the fan in me, is going bonkers over it. It's the fact that this is my city, my team. That's somebody that I've been supporting since I heard as a kid back in '94 that MLS was starting, and then going to the Horseshoe in '96. But it's like you're tarnishing the city. You're tarnishing the team by pulling antics like this for a supporter group.
Yeah.
Like, what other kind of antics, are you pulling outside of sports that you're bringing into sports? I know the media tries to do it, and some of the fans do too, and I know try to keep politics out of sports. It's hard.
Oh my God.
It's hard, but now you know what I'm saying? By doing this, now you sort of brought politics into it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm infuriated about, and I'm frustrated because now it's like this is an escape. This is at somewhere where you can vicariously live through somebody on the field for 90 plus minutes, right? And watch them win a game or win a championship. You're living through them because whatever may be happening at home, whatever the case may be, you're here for 90 plus minutes to get away from it all.
Mm-hmm.
Drown yourself in $15 beers, $8 hard hat nachos, different things like that to watch your team that fought to stay here and fought so that way you could be a part of the supporters, or you could be a fan outside of the supporter section, but you want to pull this.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm frustrated and I'm infuriated. Not the fan side of me, but I know it's not common anymore, but the common sense in me. If you look, you start here, 10 to 14 days later, you got a season. Why?
Yeah.
Next Saturday is supposed to be special. Unveiling of the banner, the championship rings. But all we're going to hear about up until then is who's going to pay this fee, or, why the person did this. Whatever the case, right?
Well, did you see the recent update?
I haven't, and I'll probably read it later when I'm.
They're not gonna. It's not gonna go. They're not gonna do that. Like this, just I think it's getting to be case closed at this point. They're not gonna go through the
whole process.
Yeah.
Which I'm glad that they're not dragging. Now let's get into, hey, what are we doing for Christmas tailgate? Get into that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Are we doing a TIFO for which they have been working on a TIFO? But now this new kit though brings in more tifo ideas.
So this is where I mean you know all the fan stuff.
You know, this is. But see, I stay up on that on the tifo side, right? And I see, you know, when they say, hey, you know, we need help painting or sewing or tracing, whatever. I see that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now that we have the new kit, once it becomes official, or Friday, you know what I'm saying? Just think of all the different rail banners and things that you could do now with.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
And, you know, somebody brought it up too. Peanuts is owned by Apple.
Yeah, they are.
And, you know, I don't know if you caught what I said to the Battered Herons.
Yeah, I did.
I mean, it's an original and classic comic, so it's only fitting for an original team of MLS.
Right.
So,
one thing that we did not touch on before we wrap this up. Good news for you. You're now part of North American Soccer Reporters.
oh,
For those who don't know, NASR is a organization for media. They have a say in the Player of the Week voting. They also are part of different committees, whether it's NPSL, USL, MLS, Pro, etc., for code of conducts and whatnot. So this guy just got accepted a couple weeks ago.
yes.
Was it towards the end of January, wasn't it?
Yes.
End of January. I've been a member for about 6 years, I think it is. So welcome aboard.
Thank you.
You now have a say in who gets Player of the Week voting and all this other fun stuff. So
Yeah, I did see that. I did get an email today, I think it was, about some stuff from them.
yeah,
But, I mean, it actually, it's one step closer into going mainstream, if you want to say that.
it's not fun. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm mainstream, but I mean,
But you get what I'm,
yeah, for sure. Like,
you know,
to be more.
to get, I'm trying to get up there to Tom's level. You know, some of the connections.
No, nobody can get Tom's level.
Well, I mean, there was one person, but, you know, rest in peace to Grant Wall, but.
Oh, Grant was above Tom.
That's
No,
what I'm
no
saying.
bashing Tom. Tom's a great guy. but yeah, no, Grant Wall is the blueprint of
Sports media journalism.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, welcome aboard. And yeah, other than that, nothing else from me. Be sure to keep an eye out next week's episode. I forgot there's a camera right there. I put my arm out. Keep an eye out for next week's episode. We will be doing a giveaway of a special piece of Wisemen merchandise. More details to come on Twitter and Instagram also. Also, be sure to check out the Wiseman Stay merchandise store. All funds of purchasing products come back to the show and will be used for travel, hotel, food, gas, whatever, going to different places to bring more content for you guys.
And I believe we might also have a special guest next week.
Oh, yeah. We'll announce that on Twitter. But yeah, stay tuned for next week. We will have at least one or two special guests on the show. Other than that, you guys can follow us on Twitter at WisemanPod, on TikTok at WisemanPod, on Instagram at Wiseman Say Podcast. You can follow me on Twitter at Fisher Tyler __. Follow Jerald.
Jerald _Lucas 96.
Whoa, you switched your Twitter handle. Holy shit.
It's time to be more professional.
It is. It is. My guy, I'm happy for you. Good stuff. That's where you can find Jerald. And stay tuned. There might be some more stuff happening in the works. We don't know yet, okay? We're get the season 2 underway. Let's just take it one step at a time.
Yes.
This has been a Wiseman's Head podcast powered by Yama Media. Ty Fisher alongside Joe Lucas. My friend, as tradition goes, Wiseman say.
Only fools rush in.
Peace out, everybody. Have a good weekend. Stay safe, and we'll see y'all next week.
Stay wise, y'all.